Hey yo,
What's
what
going
is
on,
going on?
folks? What's up?
Woohoo, let's go, baby. Danny Boy, Bill Corpus Crispy. We're back and live and in living color right here on the SIN YouTube page, SIP episode 372
28 more to go.
until 400. And we're on a Saturday. On a Saturday. Can you believe that, Bill?
We're doing this because we love you, folks.
And we appreciate you always. If you really like what you see so far, there's that subscribe button. Please subscribe right now to get more of our content. And we again thank you for joining us. Um, yeah, we got a lot to talk about on this pod today. A lot to talk about. And
Yes, we do. And the reason why we're doing it on Saturday is I was out of town from Wednesday to yesterday. That's why if we actually did our Thursday night gridiron, we actually pre-recorded it on Tuesday.
yeah.
So so yeah, we did that. And so that's why we're here today. But we got a lot to discuss.
Yep.
We got baseball, we got football, we got some MLB free agency stuff we got to talk about. We
Yep.
got football, of course, to talk about. Bill Belichick going to UNC. We got to discuss that. We got a lot to talk about today,
Oh
my
my
friend.
God. Belichick's gonna cheat out the college system now. Like he's gonna bring his cheating scandals all the way to the NIL. It's crazy.
Yeah, but first, we're actually going to get started with the diamond. Am I right, my good man?
Yeah, man, let's go. So it's been a week so far. Obviously, Yankee fans post-mortem with the Juan Soto stuff. And I already said this in the last show. Look, I am a-okay with him going to the Mets. And I know it's not a popular opinion. It's not. But I would much rather, if he had to leave the Yankees, if he was like, I'm going to leave the Yankees because of whatever reasons, and more has come out since then about the reasons why and what stuff was added on to the potential contract stuff. Um, I would much rather him go to the Mets because at the end of the day, I want the Yankees to be competitive in the American League. I don't want the Yankees to be dead dogs and then having to watch Juan Soto go potentially within the division. Because imagine, can you imagine having to watch Juan Soto all season in the American League? Not to mention the AL East where he could um, kick your ass all year. No, I would hate that. Let's be real. Okay. But of course, we have to see him cross town kicking ass. But at least it's in the National League, and we don't have to face the Mets all season. So whatever. God bless him. He goes to Queens. Let him battle it out in the National League. That is going to be a very tough National League. Very, very, very tough, Bill.
Oh,
But
it
yeah.
is. And plus, did you hear what he said in his introductory presser?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things he said. He said that he hasn't talked to a bunch of Yankees ever since the World Series, which was very striking. Um, he also said this is a Mets town.
Oh, shut up.
Sure. Um, whatever. Like
And
let him have his moment. Go ahead, Bill.
and
Sorry.
also there was that thing going around saying that they would, and this is what pissed me off, was they wouldn't give me a free suite.
I'm sorry. Here's another thing about that. The money that was offered to Juan Soto via the with the Mets, and the offer that was came from the Yankees. Obviously, there's a bunch of add-ons to the Mets contract, right? They're the same. Like it's not much of a difference here. Like what are we talking
Five
about?
million
Talking
dollars is
about
the
$5
difference,
million.
my friend.
dollars. That's
5 million
not that's
is the
not a
difference, my friend. It's
that's
five million
not
dollars.
that's not a difference.
It kind
5 million.
of is.
No, it's not, Bill. They're virtually the same. So I don't want to hear this BS. Oh, well, I left because they gave me a free suite or because the security guard mistreated my friends and family. Please give me a break. You mean to tell me that he left because they couldn't give him a free suite? Dude, he's making over $800 million when it's all said and done
More
in
money than you and
assets.
I will see in our entire life.
Paying for a suite is nothing. Nothing. He didn't
And you
want to
know,
be with the Yankees. He did not want to be with the Yankees.
and you know what? Like,
Let's be real
here's the
about it.
thing. That really shows you his character.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to get the hell out of here. The
Like,
suite and the
I
security
keep making
guard
this
bullshit.
I keep making this analogy. Aaron Judge went to the Yankees for far less money.
Yeah,
And you know what?
he didn't want
That
to stay. He didn't want to stay.
and you know what? Like, here's the thing. Judge pays for his suite. Jeter paid for his suite. So
Mhm.
Juan Soto, you could shut the hell up.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that bullshit. That was the most ridiculous thing ever. That and the whole family thing. And look, I commend him for being a family guy. Believe me, I love my family too. I would want my family to be around for all my big moments in
Oh,
my
I would
life,
too.
right? But you cannot tell me that the reason why he left was because of the family atmosphere, because Mrs. Cohen is all lovey-dovey, and Steve Cohen treats everything like a toy, so he's willing to provide for everybody. No, man, you left because you're when it's all said and done, you have a chance to make over $800 million worth of assets and giveaways,
Juan,
whatever it is. You
Juan,
left because of the money. Let's be real about that.
Steve Cohen, Steve Cohen doesn't care about you, Juan Soto.
He pretends to care.
At least he pretends to care.
Yeah, well, and to be fair to Steve Cohen, I really do think he wants to win. It's a toy to him. It's like a dreidel on Hanukkah. Like he wants to play with his toy. And anything that he can give his toy to enhance it, he's going to do that. So I will give Steve Cohen that. I do think he does care, but I don't think he cares as much as Juan Soto thinks he does. And you know what? I think Juan Soto knows that. So I
You're
don't want
just a
to.
prop. You're just a prop for him, Juan
Yeah.
Soto.
So yeah. Look, I think Steve Cohen cares, just not as much as you think.
Here's
But
what's gonna happen, Reg.
Steve Cohen definitely wants to win, though. He
Here's what's
definitely
gonna
wants the
happen,
message to go.
Reg. For the next few months, for the first few months, Juan Soto is gonna be for the Mets. He's gonna be the shiny new toy everybody wants to play with.
Yeah.
And then when spring turns to fall, oh no, when spring turns to summer, he's probably gonna go on a slump.
Well, I don't know what his season's gonna look like. I mean,
And then by the time we get to the and everybody's gonna go, I can't believe we have 15 years of this shit.
yeah, I don't know what the year's gonna look like. I can't predict what 2025 is gonna look like. You know, we thought Aaron Judge was gonna go on a slump in 22, and he never did. So, you
But
know,
and you know what? And here's something very interesting my father said. Judge is a better player than Soto. And here's the thing, what
yes,
and I and here's why he said, and here's what's gonna make Soto harder. They all pitched to Soto because Soto batted in front of Judge.
right.
So now
And
since
then so people
since
got people got it's the protection. He's gonna act as the protection for everybody else, right?
yeah, so now that Soto is a Met and doesn't have Aaron Judge batting behind him anymore,
Yeah,
I'm
people are
like,
gonna bet behind him. That's the crazy part. But like, yeah, it's all different with the Mets. The way that they're gonna go after Juan Soto is definitely gonna be different than how they're gonna go after than how they went after him with the Yankees. It is complete 180 about how they approach him. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that he won't have a great season. No, Juan Soto is a great hitter, and that's just a matter of fact. That's just it. Um, but yeah, man, it's gonna be wild. So, but yes, Juan Soto introduced officially as a Met. He has not talked to any of the Yankee players, Judge, all those people that since the World Series. Also a very telling sign.
yeah, but that
But
really shows you where he was.
yeah, he had no intention of coming back. Like Juan Soto based on everything that's come out, based on everything that he said, it seems like a guy that was always gonna leave. Whether it was to Boston, whether it was to Toronto, or of course he eventually went to the Mets, state of New York, but went to the other side of town.
Yeah, so that's that. But you know what? I think the Yankees have recovered from this so far very nicely.
So far they don't have a big bat, but they have addressed the pitching, which is pretty nice. Max Fried on an 8-year deal was like 215 or something like that.
210.
210, yeah, well, whatever. It's the largest of a left-handed starting pitcher. Um, I mean, Max Fried since 2020 is the lowest ERA in baseball. Like this guy literally knows how to get big time outs. And for those of you worried about his playoff performance, I want to remind you that it was him in a series clinching game in 2021 where the Braves won the big one. So it's like, I want to remind you there that he was the guy. So, I wouldn't necessarily worry about anything him with the playoffs and everything. Like, who cares, man? No, let's get this big time low ERA machine into our rotation, backing up right behind Garrett Cole. And let's beef up everything.
100%. And now you got Freed and Cole in the rotation.
Yep, 1-2
Bro.
punch. 1-2 punch. Perfect. And then of course we still have Rodon, which look, I'm okay with it because Rodon has actually had a bounce back year in 24. He did. Um, it wasn't the greatest season, but it was a bounce back season based on what he did in 23. I don't know what he's gonna look like this coming season, but we hope that, it helps a little bit. I don't know what they're gonna do with Stroman. I don't know what they're gonna do with Schmidt. We got rid of Nestor. We'll talk about that in a second. Um, but right now, the Yankees have addressed. Oh, Louis Hill, obviously.
Luis
Um,
Heel, Rookie of the Year.
yeah, so the rotation's looking pretty solid right now. Again, we have two big time pitchers, and then middle rotation type of people, right? As your back end. I love it. I like what I see from the Yankee rotation so far. It's a lot better than it was last year for sure. And the fact that we get to go into the season with some peace of mind that there's going to be some dominant pitching, I like it. I like it so far. Max Fried was a good signing. And then, of course, I just mentioned Nestor Cortez is gone. That's because we traded him along with a third base prospect that we're not seeing anyway to the Brewers in exchange for Devin Williams, the best closer in baseball. He's good at his job, Bill. Don't get me wrong, but
Oh, he
you know,
is.
but yeah, Devin Williams and beefing up the closer, right? Closer's role. That's something we struggled with last year. Um, frees up Weaver because Weaver doesn't have to be the guy that's closing the door anymore. He can be the setup man, like he has always been.
Oh,
And then
absolutely.
Devin Williams can go in and actually close the game.
And
So far, Cashman's done a great job, Bill.
yeah, and there's talks that we might get Bellinger.
That has been a talk. We were also in on the Kyle Tucker sweepstakes,
But now he's in Chi-Town.
but he's in Chicago. The word is that the Yankees were not ready to give up on Louis Hill, which is the right move. I don't care what anyone says. I understand Kyle Tucker is a big time hitter and addresses the outfield need. However, I am not ready to give up a big time pitcher, a potential big time pitcher in Louis Hill. I don't know what Garrett Cole's going to look like in a few years. So if we can beef this guy up, he just won Rookie of the Year in the American League. If we can beat this guy up to be a potential big time starter, and we have this control for a long time, like let's do it, man. Like why not?
Like, can we get Christian Walker now? Can we get
Right.
Santander now?
Yeah.
And
Christian Walker's an interesting one, Bill. Go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
can we get, because like here's the thing, and like listen, on Monday when all the Yankee fans were crying about Juan Soto, and trust me, I was one of them. You got to look at it this way. I was talking to a Met fan friend of mine, and I told him this. He told me this. Look at the bright side, though, Bill. You guys now have money to spend. And he goes, like, listen, I wanted Soto back. Reggie wanted Soto back. But we got to look at it this way. He's gone. He's in Queens. But think about it this way. Was it really worth to dump $765 million on a player, on one player? Because you don't know how he's going to be in a couple of years. And if he gets injured, guess what? Oh, well, you're stuck. We're stuck with him.
Yeah.
But
Well, they're banking on the 5 years that they have, right? Because it's the
yes.
first 5 years before he can opt out.
But
So
you also got to look at it this way, though, Reg. There was money that there was money the Yankees used because the Yankees had holes to fill.
yeah,
You know it. I know it. Anyone with half a brain knows it.
yeah.
The Yankees had holes to fill. And that's the problem, my friend. The Yankees had holes to fill, and we needed the money.
Yeah, and look, the obviously losing Soto's a blow, but having at least $250 million to help in other areas is a massive win for the Yankees because we can be a more complete team. We're not going to replace Juan Soto. We can't do that. We may not be able to replace him hitting wise, but if we could find a bat that can give you 30 home runs, may not be as electric as Soto, but we can find a bat that can give you 30 home runs. We obviously have Aaron Judge. We know he's going to pop 40. We know that. And then address the pitching. And then look, we have better defensive players on the field, right? Juan Soto, as much as we loved him, was a disaster in right field. He was a disaster.
It was.
Gleyber Torres was terrible at second base. We have a chance to address that. Um, First base production wasn't great. Rizzo was hurt, and then we had a hodgepodge of different players that have never played first base before. It was a disaster at first base too. So now we get to address that. And then, like I said, the outfield. Do we put Dominguez back in center, his natural position? These are things that we have to think about. The Yankees have to be a great hitting team, no question about it, especially for that ballpark in the Bronx with that short ass porch they have. But they also got to be a defensively sound team. That's what killed them in the World Series. So
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's having at least $250 million, $750 million, excuse me, um, left to spend. And so far, they've done a good job at spending it. They still need the bat. It's a massive win for the Yankees. You can't tell me it's not.
Oh, it is a huge hit right now. And, when you got to look at, because you know what, like I said, even though we're all upset about the whole Soto thing, you got to look at it this way. That money was, and I've said this, how come I feel like I've been saying this so many times the last week?
Well, because it's an outrageous amount of money that you don't think about, Bill. No one thinks about it.
That
It's an
was
out it's an outrageous amount of money for one baseball player.
Dude, that was the money that was better spent other places.
Yeah.
And I've said this about a million times. That money was better spent in other places. And
Yeah.
all of you Yankee fans who are making videos of you crying and getting upset over this, guys, grow up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. 770? Do you want the Yankees to go 770? Did you really want that for one baseball player?
Because and you know what? And you know what? The Met fans, they're laughing at us right now.
Yeah.
They got one of our best players, and they're laughing at us, cry like a
Well,
bunch
well,
of
well,
toddlers.
they're laughing at us because they're like, we just beat the Yankees. This and they're right. It doesn't happen. The Mets don't beat the Yankees in a free agency war. They
But you know
don't.
what it is?
They don't outspend the Yankees, but they just did, and they took our player. They took someone that was ours. You know.
Well, it's a lot with Met fans, though, and I hate to say this, Met fans just get enjoyment out of seeing Yankee fans be miserable.
I mean, it's the truth. Yeah. But
And
now we're extra miserable, you know?
and like here's the thing. It's like again, that money, dude, was better spent other places, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Like what
Well,
Cashman is doing now, and I very rarely give Cashman credit,
mhm.
but I applaud him for this. He's like, okay, you know what? Soto's in Queens, big whoop. All right, we got to look at places that we actually need to fill.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm still we're still waiting on more things for Cashman to do. He's not done yet. So we're still waiting, and let's just hope that he can get stuff done. I mean, the winter meetings were it was in Dallas throughout the week. Um, but like, we have to still address more issues. Again, we still need first baseman. We still need someone in the outfield. And look, I don't care where Aaron Judge is. He can be in center field or he can be in right field. Just give me someone that we trust. We need to get a lefty hitter, another lefty hitter, and we need to get for defensive purposes. First baseman, third baseman, whatever it is. Um, and by the way, I am not in favor of having Jazz Chisholm in third base again. I don't care how good he was serviceable. No, no. Let's move everyone back to their natural positions and let's get it right defensively. On top of addressing the hitting needs that we've lost because Soto left the Bronx.
Yes. And with other teams, now you know who's going to try to start making big moves?
Mm.
Our rivals up the Massachusetts Turnpike.
Yeah, well, they already did. They traded for Garrett Crochet. The Yankees were in on him too. Um, but Crochet's going to the Red Sox. That's a great trade for Boston. Uh, that's for sure.
And now they're looking at and now they're also looking at Corbin Burns,
Corbin Burns. I would say he goes to the Red Sox. Yeah.
Luis
Uh,
Castillo.
yeah. Now don't count out the Orioles. The Orioles got money too now, so they're another team. Um, yeah, they got some places to address
And
their
don't
their
forget
fan base.
The Red Sox were one of the teams that was vying for Soto.
Yeah,
So,
man.
but now they're thinking about looking at Bregman.
Bregman. Well, I want Bregman. Bring
I
him
want
here,
Bregman too.
please. Shit.
Let's.
Uh,
It's been an interesting free agency thus far.
yeah, there's still so many options out there that the Yankees can go.
Alonzo.
Oh, oh, Pete. I mean, sure. I mean, if there's no other big time first baseman out there, I mean, let's see. Me, Pete
Hey, you took
Alonso.
one of ours. We take one of yours.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even think about it that way. Who fucking cares about that? We need a team. We need to field a team.
Yeah, I would
And
say,
if Met fans
Bellinger.
get pissy over it, tough shit. The fact that you haven't signed him yet is a problem.
Because how much you want to bet Uncle Stevie is like, well, Pete,
Mhm.
unfortunately, because I spent so much money on Juan Soto, I can't really give you a big contract.
Yeah, I don't know if David Stearns, the GM, I don't know if he really likes Pete Alonso either. That's the thing.
Well, Uncle Stevie just had to sell Brooklyn at the two of the minor league baseball teams
Mhm.
because probably,
Exactly.
you just went bankrupt on Juan Soto.
Yeah.
But anyway, but no, it is like we said, the Cubs now have Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, they traded. I forget. I haven't even read the full details of the trade. Here we go. I for Isaac Paredes, Hayden Wesneski, whatever it is. But yes, the that's the trade for Kyle Tucker. It's a good trade for the Cubs. I like it. Tucker's a great hitter. We've seen Tucker many times kill the Yankees. Um, beefing up that outfield. He's now, obviously, Seiya Suzuki. You know, he fills in that role for him. Suzuki becomes an everyday DH, so that's huge. Um, and like I said, gives you power, great power too. And that's another like Chicago at Wrigley Field. That's another place where home runs are fairly easy to go out. I mean, except for that right and left field corner. But like your home runs, they're pretty easy to get by. So he has a lot of power, Tucker, and is great in the outfield. So that's a massive win for the Cubs. If they're really trying to go after it, and I'm surprised they even want to shop Bellinger. To be honest with you, you know, I get it. The money probably a little too much. You want to get rid of that, but at the same time, if the goal's to win, keep your players, keep them.
I just want to say for all the Met fans out there who are poking fun at us because they got Soto, this is a good one from Yankees 366.
Mhm.
Listen, you know my view on Giants 366. They're wrong about everything. But Yankees 366, this is pretty funny. For all the Met fans who think the signing of Juan Soto suddenly elevates your team to Big Brother, let me fill you in on a little secret. You have to win a championships and become a global brand like the New York Yankees. Until then, stay in your lane, little brother. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, just typical Big Brother mentality. Like, hey, look, oh, you think you're so good now? Beat, beat me, beat us, and then we'll talk. But
Yeah,
right now, I'm
win
just
a
gonna
World
talk down
Series
to
or
you.
two, we'll chat.
It's typical Big Brother mentality. Obviously, Bill Murphy is still very, very hurt that Juan Soto decided not to come back.
Everybody hurts.
Hey, look, man, I moved on. I moved on since
Dude,
Sunday. You
I
know,
you know what? Like I said, we're doing all the right things right now. I think Cashman's done a good job
yeah.
bouncing back from all this.
Yeah, and look, the Yankees have said the right thing. They're like, hey, look, we did everything imaginable
To keep him here.
to keep him here, and he decided to go elsewhere. So, and they're right, they did. They put up a more than enough competitive offer out there for Soto, and he chose the other way around. So, look, the Yankees didn't have a chance to match it. Okay, yeah, because Hal Steinbrenner's exhausted. You know, like he can't do 24 hours of this stuff. So it is what it is. C'est la vie.
Stay lovey. Okay, now time to move on to some football before we get to what all you want to hear, pick 'em. But
Mhm.
some big news broke this week.
Massive news, massive coaching news to be specific, Bill.
Bill Belichick, legendary Patriots head coach,
Hmm.
is going to college.
He
He
is
is
hit.
coaching the University of North Carolina Tar Heels.
Yeah, man. I wonder how Lawrence Taylor is feeling about this.
Well, he's a UNC alum, so
Well, that's my point, and that's his former coach. So it's like, like, well, what's going through his thought process? My former defensive coordinator, is now at my alma mater. Well, what do you do about that? Yeah, in any case, but Bill Belichick goes to North Carolina. He's in college. Um, I, I'm a little, I'm not shocked because Bill Belichick is a knack for coaching. He'll coach anywhere. He'll coach high school if he wants to.
but
But what is surprising is that he didn't at least attempt another NFL job before resorting to the college.
I got a couple things to say if you don't mind.
Go for it.
My show too here, pal. Anyway, here's a few things you got to know. And I said this when this news broke that he was there was possible he was going to UNC. Dude, I don't think Belichick wanted to coach in the NFL anymore. Because think about it this way, dude, if he wanted to coach in the NFL, because there's three vacancies that are gonna be open. You know, we got the Jets, the Bears, and the Saints. There's gonna be by the time the season is over, there's gonna be at least two more vacancies. I see Jacksonville being open because I think Peterson's going bye-bye. I don't know if you agree or disagree with me on that one. Dallas is going to get open because Mike McCarthy is in the final year of his contract. And I'm about 95% sure Jerry Jones isn't gonna renew Mike McCarthy's contract. I guarantee you he's not going to renew his contract. And because like here's the big one, like there's a good chance, and here's when you know the job that Belichick always wanted will most I don't want to say most likely, but there is a good chance that position will be open. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
The Giants, like I don't know if Dable's going to get fired or not. I don't know what's going on.
still up in the air.
That's still up in the air. But if Belichick wanted to coach in the NFL, he would have probably said, "Listen, thank you, but I want to see what vacancies are going to be open. What vacancies are going to be open, and 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 you know what? I think he didn't want to coach in the NFL anymore. And to be honest, I said this, you know, is not just is Belichick done with the NFL, but Reg, is the NFL done with Belichick?
No, but they're gonna have to be done with him because this is his last. Let's be honest. This is his last coaching job. This is not. He's not gonna go back to the NFL after this. Um,
You got to look at it this year when him and the Pats parted ways. You and I probably thought that
mhm.
everyone and their freaking mothers was going to be lining up to have him.
Yep.
Was going to be lining up to have him. But why the Falcons, who interviewed him last year, why didn't they hire him? Well, he has too much of an ego. I think at this point, I think the NFL is basically done with Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and Bill Belichick is bored. He's bored. Don't get me wrong. Look, he's doing this podcast. He does the Peyton and Eli. He does the Inside the NFL. He's been doing all that stuff. But he wants to coach. That's his passion. His passion lies in the coaching sphere. So any way that he can still coach, he's going to do that. I have a lot of concerns about the college game, though, because the college game has changed massively. It's becoming like the NFL with the transfer portal and the name, image, likeness deals, the sponsorships, all that stuff. It's all changing the game. It's everything is changing, and recruiting people is a lot harder and has always been tough for a a school like North Carolina that's not really known for its football program. So
I
that
agree.
and that's my concern. It's like how I understand, don't get me wrong, instant credibility for North Carolina. But for someone like Bill Belichick, who's never coached college, who's never recruited players before, in this day of trying to get college players, Bill, it's a tough game. I don't know. Maybe he knows something that we don't. Maybe he knows how to tackle those players. Maybe he knows how to recruit. But I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see how he recruits players, how he gets players to UNC.
Well, you also got to look at it this way, though, Reg. how's he going to be like as a college coach?
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause
for the longest time, pro style offense, right?
right, because you got to think about it this way.
Defense. Well, pro style, both defense, offense. You
You got to
know,
look at it this way.
defense coach.
Take this. Let's say you take someone who's been a high school teacher for a very good amount of years, and now they're teaching kindergartners. Like, that's going to be a big culture shock because you're used to kids behaving. I'm not saying all high school kids are angels. Like, we weren't angels when we were 14, 15, 16, 17. We had our moments,
No, that
but
was not.
they know the basics of, behaving, be quiet, listen when the teacher is talking. When you teach kindergartners, they don't know all that stuff yet. They're just starting to learn it.
Mhm.
So I think that's like the big thing. How is Bill Belichick gonna be from coaching the NFL? Because in the NFL, you're coaching adults. To college, you're still technically coaching adults. But these are people, like with freshmen, these are people who are fresh out of high school. They think college is one big party. Like, how is he gonna handle this?
Yeah.
And like, listen, a lot of it, and I hate to say this, I've been saying this about even him in the NFL. Belichick's type of style doesn't work anymore.
He's a hard ass. He is.
Belichick is very, hey, this is how we do things one way, my way. And if you don't like it, the door's right there. Like, Belichick is very, it's my way or the highway. And
And that's gonna be tough for a lot of college players who have big personalities.
is Belichick going to be able to break these guys and humble them? Like, I wonder how these kids' attitudes are going to be.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to be I wonder if they're going to be like, oh my God, like we're going to be coached by Bill Belichick, the greatest NFL coach since Vince Lombardi. Like, oh my God, how's he going to be? Oh my God, like if he says, we better shut up and listen. Like, we better talk, he better talk. If he says something, we're going to act like God himself just said it. Or are they going to be all, he's just another coach. We don't have to listen to him.
Does he go a softer approach? I don't see that.
No,
Does he
I
go
think Bill
softer?
Belichick is who he is.
Like that's the thing. That's my. I have a lot of concerns. I have a lot of concerns with, again, like I said, transfer portal, NIL. You know, all this big money going into the college game. Again, he's not just competing with the ACC teams. He's competing with SEC, Big Ten. Like, there's just a lot of options out there in the NCAA that in the NFL, it's much smaller than that. So you have a better chance. Real interesting. But Bill Belichick is going to give it a try. I don't know if you saw the press conference, but he showed off his dad's UNC hoodie. Um,
His dad used to coach
Yeah,
there.
because his dad used to coach there, so he had his dad UNC hoodie back in when he was the coach over one of the coaches over there and stuff. So very heartfelt, very emotional. Uh, and I say that very lightly. I don't think he was that emotional, but
Does he have any? Does Bill Belichick have any emotions?
I think he does. He's definitely happy when he wins the Super Bowl. Every time he wins a championship. Um,
Did you see his? I'm sorry. Go on.
no, no, that's all I got.
Did you see the? Did you see this meme going around? Because for those of you who don't know, Bill Belichick's girlfriend is like literally younger than us.
She's a hot supermodel.
She's like
The
24, so she is
Yeah,
younger than both of us.
like
And
holy.
there's a meme with the picture of him and her, and I guarantee he's probably younger than his kids. Like, what if they get married? Hey guys, meet your new mom, Dad. She's like literally younger than us. Well, she's your new mom. Yeah, she's like she's literally younger than us. And then kid. But anyway, it's a picture with him and her, and it says, Bill Belichick has no problem recruiting younger players.
Right.
Just just look like with just look with him and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I'm not one to judge people. Some people, some women find older men attractive. Some younger men find older women attractive. But that's just creepy.
Bill, it's all about the money. Come on now.
You think she's waiting for him to
She's a. Yeah, I don't want to call women gold diggers. I don't. Because I get it. You want to be comfortable, but it's like, come on now. Money
you
has
think
something to
she's
do with it.
waiting for him to croak so she can get all his money?
I don't
She's waiting for Bill Belichick to go to sleep for the last time and take his money.
know. That'd be so funny.
Well, no, no, we don't want to see anyone die, but whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Whoa, here she comes. She's a man eater.
Oh my God.
Paul and Oates, if you're watching this, don't sue me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Bill Belichick to UNC.
yeah, so we got to see how that goes there.
Yep.
All right. Before we give him pick him, we just want to give a shout out to Randy Moss. We said he
Yes.
had issues. He
Yeah.
turns out he has cancer. So Randy,
Yeah.
wish you well.
The cancer outside his bile duct region. So right by was it the liver?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Something like that. Crazy, bro. Crazy. And the last time I was telling people this, last time I saw Randy Moss, he was wearing his shades, covering his eyes that were just as yellow as the sunlight. Like it was bad, dude. Like you can tell he's like really sick. And I knew it was something with the liver or somewhere within the ab region, somewhere there. It had to be. Um, that sucks, man. That really does stink. You know, my heart to him. My heart goes out to him. It's you don't want to see people like Randy Moss, like all-time NFL player, and of course he's done a great job over at ESPN and his analysts and stuff. You don't want to see him ever get sick. So,
Oh,
uh,
absolutely not.
tough one. Uh,
It is just, it's very sad. And Randy, we wish you well, pal. We wish you well.
yeah. Um, but in lighter news, we do have NFL Week 15.
Yeah, dude,
Uh,
it's time for pick'em.
It is time for pick'em.
Pick'em.
We both picked the Rams to win, correct?
Yes. And you know what the
And
good part about that is?
what?
Your boy won some money on that game. So
There you go, buddy.
I won some money
There you go.
because I was away in a certain casino in Connecticut. Not going to give out its name because we're not sponsored, but I'm like sitting there, Reggie. I'm like thinking because me and my folks we met up with some family friends who we didn't know were there, and we're having dinner. Well, this was before we were going to our table. We were at the bar, and a family friend goes, "Oh, I already put money on." I goes, "Ooh, I gotta go put money on this." So I ran up to where I had to go.
Okay.
Not gonna say where because we're not sponsored.
Right.
And so I go up, put some money on it, and I ended up winning. So see, I won money on this.
Congrats, Bill.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
we are we so far me and Bill are 1-0 this week, so that's good news.
Yep. The overall record between us right now, I am, well, actually, first of all, last week, I won last week.
There you go.
11-2, Reg 10-3. Again, another close week.
Yeah.
I am now taking in Thursday night's game. I am 140 and 68. Reg is 136 and oh, I'm sorry, 137 and 71.
Okay.
So yeah, we got some. So yeah, it's still tight.
Very tight.
All right, but let us begin. Kansas City and Cleveland. Talk to me, Reg.
Ooh. I still say Kansas City on the road. I don't I have a lot of trust issues with Cleveland, but don't be mistaken. Kansas City's overrated. They are not as good as you think they are. And they've gotten lucky this season many times. They should have, let's be honest, they should have lost that game to LA on Sunday night last week. So the fact that they did not just shows how lucky they are. They really are one of the luckiest teams on the planet right now. I'll take Kansas City because I don't want to bet on against Patrick Mahomes, but let's be real. I'm not in love with Kansas City this season.
I mean, neither. I'm picking Kansas City as well.
Yeah.
All right, next. The Cincinnati Bengals. Hey, Reg, they finally won a game.
They
They
did.
finally won a game.
They'll win another game. They'll
They'll
win
win another
another game.
game against the Tennessee Titans. This is easy. I'm going with the Bengals.
Yeah, come on. I look. I love Joe Burrow. Let him finish out the season strong, baby. Come on now.
Okay. The Washington Commanders and the New Orleans Saints.
This one's a tough one because the Saints have been playing a lot tougher lately, and they're at home. Um, I'm gonna choose the Commanders here. Uh, if you're for all you bettors out there, they're getting the 7.5, maybe a little, maybe a little difference depending on the site that you play on. But no, I like Washington in this game. Um, they're in a playoff hunt and they want a good playoff position. I think they have the team to do so. They're great on defense. Offense bit of a struggle lately, but uh still, I like their chances against the Saints. Give me the Commanders.
I'm going with the Commanders as well.
Okay.
Okay. The Baltimore Ravens and the New York Football Giants at East Rutherford.
How about the Giants at home? Oh my God. Baltimore's laying the big lumber at 16.5. Oh my God. Give me the Ravens to win.
Yeah, I got to go with the Ravens as well. When I was on my way home from that casino in Foxwoods in Connecticut yesterday, my we had the fan going on and somebody they said, "We got a contest. If you're the number 15th caller, you'll win tickets for this Sunday's game." I'm like, "Is that a prize or is that just a punishment?" What do you think, Reg?
Well, it's a punishment now because Tommy DeVito's playing, and you know he's going to be a very poor quarterback. Um,
You know what? I wonder how much those tickets are going for right now.
at
'Cause
least at, at least $25. But it's okay, Bill. You're gonna get whatever free concession stand coupon or free small ass Pepsi that they offer to all the fans that stuck it out for the season.
they're so bad, they should be paying us.
My God.
They should be paying us. They're so bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I got to go with Baltimore. Okay, Dallas and Carolina, two teams that are terrible.
I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys here. I'm look, Carolina has actually played a lot better. And look, I'm giving credit where credit's due. They've had some really impressive games. Not all of them obviously come out to wins, but they've played well over this past few games, and they've had a good stretch. Young finally looks like the big time pick that he's supposed to be. Thank goodness for that. I'm still gonna go Dallas though. Dallas, you know, they just want to put this, just like the Panthers, they want to put this miserable season. They just want to get rid of it, just get over it, and I think they
Oh,
can
with
win the game.
Dallas as well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. The New York Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars and the shit show.
I watched this Jet offense last week, and I know the defense is terrible. If they can't beat the crummy Jaguars with Mac Jones as the quarterback, I don't know what else to say. Give me the Jets, but they better win. They better win.
I went with the Jets as well, believe it or not.
Yeah. No, but come on now. You At least we know they can put up 25 plus points, 30 plus points. This offense clicks well. You look at the Jet offense build, the offense clicks well. And look, as much as they didn't want Rodgers here, Rodgers is having one of the best quarterback seasons as a Jet in so long. I think the last time a quarterback had this great of a season for the Jets was Fitzpatrick in 2015.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. Give me the Jets.
Miami and Houston.
Oh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go Miami on this.
Guess what? Things are going to get interesting. I'm going Houston.
Okay, that's our first difference. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Indianapolis and Denver.
First of the 425 matchups. Give me the Denver Broncos. They're at home. It's a tough environment, no matter what people say.
Oh boy. Okay. We have a potential Super Bowl preview now.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo and Detroit.
Oh man.
Is the alliance policy still in effect, or is that going to get altered?
it's in effect. I love the Buffalo Bills as the way they're playing. It's tremendous. But I also hate the Buffalo Bills, and I'm gonna need Detroit to kick their ass. That's not gonna happen though. The Detroit defense hasn't been great ever since the Hudson injury. They played well enough. Don't get me wrong. They played well enough, and their second halves offensively have been absolutely spectacular. But come on, Detroit, give me that win, baby. Beat the Bills and really cement yourself as a top NFC team. Detroit Lions at home against Buffalo Bills, they'll win.
Okay. Bro, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. I was leaning towards Buffalo, but I don't know. After last week, they're going to be a little shaky after last week.
Yeah. They had a rough game last week. Rough game.
You know what? I got to go Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. The battle of the great state of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh and Philly.
Again, Philadelphia is another one of those Lions situations where I'm picking them until they lose. Give me the Eagles.
I'm going with the Eagles as well, even though Pittsburgh is a scary team.
They are a scary team. Defensively, they are. Yes.
But Saquon's been an absolute beast.
Beasting.
Okay, New England and Arizona.
Oh, give me the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm going with Arizona as well. Okay, Tampa Bay and Los Angeles.
Tampa Bay on the road. I don't like this for Tampa Bay. I like the Chargers. I like the Chargers here.
I do too.
Okay. Ooh, interesting Sunday night matchup though.
Green Bay and Seattle.
They're in Seattle. Um, I'm gonna go Seahawks. I'm going Seahawks.
Going
Um,
Seattle as well.
yeah. Though the line is favoring Green Bay, but whatever. Um, then of course Monday Night Football. Two Monday Night Football games, Bill.
Yeah, this week we got a doubleheader.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago and Minnesota.
Minnesota easily. I don't trust Chicago anymore.
Me neither. And finally, Atlanta and Vegas.
This is a get right game for the Falcons. Give me Atlanta.
I'm going with Atlanta too. Vegas is garbage.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so those are our pick 'em for the week.
Yeah. Good luck, Bill. Best of luck.
Best of luck. We're getting to the
Uh,
wire here, dude. Hey, are we doing pick 'em for postseason as well? Or you just regular season?
we can for postseason. Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Why the hell not?
Let's continue this, bro.
Let's continue it. All
Yeah.
right. So, anything else, or is that it for today?
I mean, I got nothing else. I mean, I don't care about the NBA Cup stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
yeah, to me, it's one of the dumbest things I've ever experienced as a basketball fan. And look, I was watching the Knicks game. They were facing the Hawks in what was like the knockout stage before they go to Vegas. And I was just like, I'm not watching this for a stupid ass mid-season NBA Cup. I'm watching this as a regular season game. I was more frustrated at the fact that the Knicks got absolutely punked by Trae Young again in the company. But and that was it. I wasn't pissed off that they lost in the knockout NBA Cup stage. Like, who the hell cares?
I
Give me a
agree.
break. Give me a break. But yeah. Um, by the way, the Knicks, in case you haven't figured it out, the Knicks lost against Atlanta. So, um, yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Well, that is our show for the week. If you want to know more, go to www.thesportssanitynetwork.com. Check us out on all podcast platforms and check us out on X.
Uh-huh. And be sure to log on to our website. Again, more content from there and all that stuff. The sportscitynetwork.com. We appreciate you. We love you. And we wish you a very happy weekend.
Yes, we do.
Peace and love.
All right, everyone, stay safe and take care.
Bye.
That went well. Hey, hey.